Hope you enjoy, everyone. Thanks for watching. This is Sellavin. Alex gave my latest review on Attack on Titan Season 2, Episode 6, Warrior. You know, and this episode was very good, very well choreographed. The way they presented the story. This is straight up canon to the manga. And FYI, I did read the manga, so no spoilers. I'm only going to read you directly from the anime, Uh, as the story continues, they're left to recover what happened, and in shock that Ymir is a Titan, and revealing the truth herself. The Survey Corps, takes try to take care of Ymir, and try to and make sure they rescue everybody. The one who's trying to protect her, which is Krista, who's now Historia, revealed tries to protect her. Literally, you could say it's like what you call defending a lawyer defending their client. Given the mere circumstances, the fact that he's a Titan shifter, and that was a big shock to everybody. However, the fact that she was willing to expose her secret to save them, that means that there's obviously more to Ymir than they thought. That means that she could hold some value. It could be an ally of humanity and not an enemy. Everybody's still reeling from that. Given they just found out about herself. How she was willing to go so far just to protect it. That means she's worth being trusting. Hange agrees. Even telling his telling Historia, nice to meet you, and even talking about her family, her royal family. I'm sorry about that. Her noble family. That's that will be revealed later. In the story. Trust me when I tell you it's important. Seeing this is definitely one of the best. As everybody tries to do their best to try to figure out. Try to move on. Like for example, Reiner, after being eaten, nearly dying, freaks out a little bit. I'm saying that this makes twice. The first time being how she almost got crushed by Annie, the female Titan. The heck, it would be now as that Titan grabbed his arm. That is pretty intense. Seeing in this, it's very impressive. How they choreographed the story. Reiner, he tries to freak out. Eren tries to calm him down. And things start becoming even more difficult. Like for example, Bertolt just they should go back to their hometown. And that they're very close to their hometown. But what exactly is their hometown? And that something like that is answered later in the story. As Heather, they mix up with Hannes. Hannes, is that old man who saved Eren and Mikasa kids. From the way back from time in Walmaria. And he tells us there is no hole, there is no breach within the wall. So how the hell did the Titans get in? How how could this be? When you think about it, it kind of begs the question: how did this happen? And they even kind of convince themselves that things are getting weirder and weirder every day. And I'm like, and if you were from the outside senses, and if you know the story, then you have no idea what they're just talking about. Things get even more interesting as Reiner remembers something about himself, telling Eren that he and Bertolt were sent to destroy humanity, that he is the armored Titan and Bertolt is the colossal Titan. This is a big reveal. Things. He's asking Eren to join him, to come with them to their hometown, to just leave, because so much. However, Bertolt is what you call unwilling, willing to believe this, like is it okay to trust Eren to tell thing, and Eren he continues to deny it, he continues to deny this, not believing it. He's just saying he's just got crazy talk, Later we get flashbacks to what happened 12 hours earlier, apparently they got some new information. Apparently it's the information on Annie Leonhardt from 5 years ago. It shows that not only and that Annie Leonhardt also comes from the same hometown as both Bertolt and Reiner. Which leads to the question: should they be trusted? However, Eren and the others try to come to their defense. Because Reiner was always the big brother that looked out for them. Him being the oldest. He always looked out for them, and always did to help them on occasion, especially Bertolt, help, and now this information, it begs everything into question, So far they don't have proof of this, but they're still trying to figure out what to make up their minds so far, whether to believe it or not. Like for example, Oh, they all come to say something. Like Armin says something, Sasha says something, Mikasa says something. Everybody, is like, what the hell? However, it's kind of hard to convince, Eren especially, given the situation, he doesn't want to believe them to be enemies. Like, for example, it took a lot for him to believe that Annie Leonhardt was an enemy, but then again, she was the female Titan, and she killed so many people. She kicked his ass in hand-to-hand combat, and she recognized it right away. He just chose to deny it. It's only until like the very end when she understand that she was actually an enemy, and that this was the person had to be stopped, and he had no choice but to get rid of that feeling. Like, this is not your comrade, this is your enemy. This is the person who is an enemy of humanity. Therefore, she is your enemy, so she must be defeated. She must be destroyed, or something like that. Uh, uh, Reiner, trying to continue, to understand this. Eren, trying to push it aside, and unfortunately, he can't. And he chooses not to. This, as they continue talking, we get to see the clouds, start to go dark. This ominous wind in the air. Everybody's moving forward. Except Mikasa, she's just watching. She's looking at Eren, as he talks to Bertolt, right? I know, like she's not letting, like she's just watching, Eren, tries to convince them, that this is not the right way, and that you're not thinking straight. And he's like, yeah, I'm not thinking straight. And all of a sudden, things start to go really, really freaky. Like, Apple, how about the fact that he starts to freak out? Like, no, it's 3 years. 3 years. And how could I become such a piece of shit? He literally said that about himself. And I think this is like his other side. Like his other side. It kind of reminds me of how Annie, when she freaked out and revealed her true self, to everybody, See, yeah, she did, finally revealed herself. She went a little psycho, and that demonic laugh, everybody he called it, she did look like the female Titan, but now, how she's just going all out. And the same with this, the fact that he took off his bandages and started acting weird, talking differently. He took off, and when he took off his bandages, his wounds started to heal. Like, he started to remember his true self. Them standing on the wall, these 3 years, surrounded by all these images. He actually said that, the fact that he did that, like he truly can't believe he is. And Bertolt asked him, "Should we do this?" Yeah, we should. We should do this right now. See, and then Mikasa coming out, and literally slicing off Reiner's arm and slicing Bertolt on the neck, I remember in the manga it was way different from that, They were in more or less pain, We get to see the arm coming off, but this time we didn't see it. This was more fast paced, I've seen them, and they both immediately just stand and transform together. The lightning coming from and building up from the transformation into Titan shift into Titans, it's very, and when you see this, it's very dramatic. The way they played it out, like for example, the music, like na 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 na, and then that very, that dark music that you hear, like for example when Eren, transformed when he fought the female Titan, and other times, and they added that singing to the end, that female voice where you get to hear lyrics. It sounds a lot more demonic and ominous, Yeah, the way they did it, it's a lot different. It's a lot more different cue than they did in the manga, But they do transform into Titans, They stand up on the top of the wall, Bertolt, and Reiner in their Titan forms, Bertolt being the colossal, Reiner being the armored, and then grabbing Eren and Ymir, about to take off, And the way they did it, they handled the animation, especially with the Colossal Titan. If I'm gonna describe it, it looks more three-dimensional, kind of like how you see in the Attack on Titan video game. I never played the game, and they're kind of in those commercials when she grabbed Ymir, It's more three-dimensional, But I guess that's because of the time and past technology. Remember, it's been 3 years, it's been 4 years since they've got a new season of Attack on Titan. So there's probably a change in the animation technique. Eren shedding tears. He just couldn't believe that his friends, the people he looked up to, one of them was like a big brother, was his enemy, and him tearing up, remembering those times they helped him out. but still couldn't believe it. Finally, he accepted this, even though it's a great pain in his heart, that he transfers, yelling out, "You damn traitor," busting out of Reiner's hands, and transforming into his Titan form, and screaming, landing that mean punch, and going to attack Reiner. If I were to rate this, I give this probably a 4 out of 5, right? Because the way they handled the story, revealing so much, like, for example, revealing that, Bertolt and Reiner were enemies. The animation and the music, like, da na 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 na, especially when they added the female voice to it. And, I can't wait to see, hear more of that, because it sounded very dramatic the way they played. Think how dark it got with this ominous wind, It really hyped up the episode to what was coming, That's one of the things I love, because one of the things that Attack on Titan is best known for showing like for their best quality. It's a very brutal and very mature manga, but they do display it in such a unique way that it's definitely worth the watch. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed today's watching. If you guys, let me know what you think in the below. Did you like the review, or did you like the episode? Did you like me, or whatever? Just let me know down below in the comments. Give it a like or whatever. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. This is Sellavin asking my latest review on Attack on Titan Season 2, Episode 6, Warrior. Can't wait to see you guys next time. I'm out. Bye.